Hi everybody, Pam Meyer here with Design Works Limited. And I wanted to show you and tell you about a recent river cruise that I just took down the Danube River. It was a magical trip, and I was so inspired by all the different things that I saw in the European architecture. It was amazing to me, that you're looking at these buildings that are hundreds and thousands of years old, and I thought to myself, how can we incorporate some of the things that I saw there into homes today? And so that's kind of my inspiration today, to show you some different things that you might be able to do in your own home. This picture that I'm showing you now is a picture of the New York Palace Hotel in Budapest. And one of the things that I thought was so interesting, this picture is taken from the fifth floor looking down into the lobby. And it shows the Roman architecture with all the arches. It just reminded me of the arenas in the old Roman times. And then all the gilding work that was done in this hotel. It was very typical of the Baroque period, with all the hand painting to go along with it. So it lends itself to a really, really elegant look. And so if that's your style, that'd be a perfect place to start, with some gold and some arches and just glitz it up. I tell you, I could get used to living in that kind of luxury real fast. So of course there are just endless museums and castles and churches all over Europe, and the architecture in those places is just stunning. And so one of the things that they told us was that it was so expensive to use all marble that they used paint, and they did faux work on the columns, and it looked so real that you had to touch it to actually tell the difference. It was amazing. And it's also very economical to do it that way. So you could do that in your own home and have a little bit of the real marble with the striation, and then a little bit of the faux marble with paint, and create that look. But grid work on your windows, stained glass, all of these things can give you that European feel. So to add to the architecture, the use of paint was just phenomenal. Like some of the pictures, some of the buildings that we saw, you think you're looking at large pieces of stone, and really they're all paint. And it was just amazing to me how they intermixed the real stone with the painted stone, and just created these monstrosities of walls that were all just paint. And so you could do that in your own house, where you want to create a visual impact, but you don't have the budget, or you don't want the materials on your walls, but you could do it in paint with all the shading. It's really amazing how you can create some royal look. And remember, the color of royalty in Europe at that time was yellow. So if you want your house to look royal, you could paint your living room yellow. Then whimsical tile work on dormers and ceilings and turrets and all kinds of things like that made the building so interesting. And again, you can add this whimsy in the tile work that you do in your bathrooms and your kitchens and different things. Just try to think outside the box and add a little drama and playfulness to tile designs. And that's something that I love doing, so I'd love to help you with your next tile design. The next thing that I was just so mesmerized by was all the fabulously carved doors. These things were just magical. And you take a really old building and you put a fabulous big door with a big giant hardware on the door, and it just turns that building from sad and decrepit to magical. So front doors are really important in your home too. And so don't neglect your front door. Think about that when you're doing your next remodel, and make the door an entrance into your palace. So I hope you've enjoyed these little snippets of pictures that I took throughout Budapest and Germany and Austria and Prague. Just so interesting, and I wanted to hopefully inspire you to think about some of these elements when you're doing your next project. And remember, if you'd like more information or help with anything you're doing, Design Works Limited is always here to help, and we'd love to create that castle for you.